We got you. It's Friday morning, October 24th, 2025, 6:01 a.m. Good morning, Denver, Colorado. You've tuned in to the Jeff and Bill Show, News Talk 710 KNUS. I'm your co-host, Jeff Hunt, along with Bill Thorpe, bringing you the freshest insights and hottest takes from the right, left, and center. Lots to talk about today. Chauncey Billups. Holy cow, this indictment is wild. One of the biggest scandals in professional sports history. Not only the betting scandal, but a wild poker scandal that involves the Italian mob? What? And the mob names. Did you see some of these mob names?
No, I didn't get that far into it. No.
Albanian Bruce.
Oh, that's great. That's great.
Spanish G, Flapper Poker, Sugar, and Albanian Bruce.
Oh, that's wonderful. We used to have a guy that worked behind the scenes doing board operators and stuff like that we called him Boston George. So it's kind of the same thing. Yeah.
This is crazy. It involves special contacts that the poker players would wear that would allow them to see what the cards were.
I dived into that, yeah.
This is going to get crazy.
You see the other stuff, X-ray tables and then sorting machines. Yeah, that's where I went after. I went after the tech stuff. And it was like, what am I? Yeah, that was a lot of fun to read.
All right, So in my reading of the coverage of this, I actually think that Chauncey Billups is going to be found not guilty.
Really, why?
Unless there's a lot of evidence that he knew about the rigging itself, like the cards, the contacts, the special tables, okay? If he knew about that, 100%, he should be found guilty, okay? But if all he was the face, did you see this in the article? Where he was the little kind of bait that they used to play? I could totally see a defense where he goes, I didn't know about all this. Are you kidding? They just said, hey, we want to do kind of a celebrity poker thing. We're going to keep it off the books so we don't have to involve the casinos, all that stuff. Will you just be the celebrity poker guy? We'll give you $5,000 every time you come play with these guys. And then Chauncey's like, sure, I can do that. Like almost like a paid speaking gig. Like you're a celebrity, you're paid to show up and do that stuff. But if he did know about the cards and the X-ray tables and all that other stuff, which we'll get into in detail here coming up after News and Comment with Blake Olson, then, yeah, he should be found guilty. But I could see him just going, what? They told me to show up and do a celebrity poker thing.
Here's the thing, though, is that gambling per se has different legalities around it than just hosting like a cakewalk or a bazaar at the church that's some sort of charity function. They're different things because it's gambling. And there are some ideas that if he is saying, oh, we're just doing this, but we're doing it off the books, not at the casino, that's your first set of questions. You're looking at, what are table stakes? Where are we doing it? What are the legalities in the area? Then two, who's cutting the check? And that's going to be another, and we don't know. Maybe they presented themselves in something else and Chauncey didn't do the extra work or anything else. But I'm just saying, if if Boston George came up and said, hey, got this thing we're going to do. And, Albanian Jim, or whatever the hell his name is, and he's like, yeah, I talk to Albanian Jim all the time. You're like, maybe, I don't know. So that's what I'm curious about, is how far and where this relationship started and where it continued. Because, who's he talking to?
Jordan like a notorious gambler, like on everything when it came to betting, playing golf, all that stuff. So, and wasn't he still a player at that point? I thought it was still.
Yeah, but it was. The thing was, he was doing, but the thing is, it's different for you and I being on the golf course and us laying down a personal challenge there, or even when we're not playing a game and getting our friends together in a card room versus an organized event. And I'm not aware of Michael Jordan being the celebrity guest or participating in an organized gambling event on that level, either professionally promoted or behind the scenes. He was a notorious gambler, and all the time about, and especially golf, but that again, betting your friend on the golf course is vastly different than signing up with a group of people to go play betting golf with Michael Jordan. That's a different level of involvement that seems to involve a lot more of planning, participation, and acquiescence to the system involved. So that's where I'm wondering. I do think that you're right. He is going to get mostly forgiven. I'm curious how specific some of their charges are. Can they actually pull that and say that he knew?
How much was he tied into the mob stuff here?
Yeah.
Because if he just goes, dude, I get approached 10 times a day to do celebrity stuff. This was another celebrity thing. I thought I was just doing poker, all that. Who knows?
Yeah, and what is the front? What is the organization that's the front? So did he know? I mean, I've told the story on the air before, but there is an instance when I'm in high school traveling with our speech team, and we walk into a dry cleaner, and it becomes apparently evident within the first 3 minutes. They say no dry cleaner. They are not cleaning their clothes. It is incredibly obvious.
What were they doing?
It's a mob. The mob was there. Yes.
Oh,
it
was laundering money.
Yes.
I thought maybe it was like poker in the back.
No, they were. I mean, this is the point where. No, this is the point where it's our speech team. It's the great and legendary Frank Safera. It's the guy that coached and is a legend of both Colorado and national speech and debate. That we walk into a dry cleaner and he's asking to have his suit cleaned, and he needs to have it cleaned because he has an event coming up. And they're like, "No, you're not cleaning the suit." He's like, "But you're right down the street from the hotel. I need this clean. Why can't? No, I'm not cleaning the suit. Why can't we clean the suit?" Dude walks out from the back in the black and white, the actual mob uniform, going, "Hey, what's the problem here?" And he's like, "I just want to know if you can clean my suit." And he goes, "Hey, what's the name?" He goes, "Frank Safera." He goes, "Safera!" It's an Italian name. He goes, "Clean the men's suit." He goes, "Where are you staying, Mr. Safera?" Later on, suit shows up with a nice little note, "Sorry about the problem," everything else. Later on, we're at a dinner with people from the other speech organization in a public restaurant, and the dude shows up that came out of the back of the dry cleaner with a friend of his. We don't know who it is.
Also own the restaurant.
Well, everybody else at the table goes white. That lives in the city, and he comes over. "Hey, how's it doing? Yeah, nice to meet you. Sorry about the thing, Mr. Safera. This is that." So, and you thank, appreciate. Yeah, alrighty. And find out that night our entire bill comped, taken care of, and the people that live there said, "That's the head of the mob. You ran into the Godfather here in town. That's crazy." Yeah. He also sent us some stuff back at the hotel as well later on. Yeah. So we accidentally walked into a mob dry cleaner. Yes. So that stuff still does happen. It was crazy. Yeah. It was a lot of fun.
La Costa Nostra is the actual mob that's running this thing. So we'll get into that. It gets crazy. Now it's time, though, for news and comment with Blake Olson.
Blake Olson.
Blake Olson, news and comment.
Good morning. TGIF 45 and mostly cloudy. In Denver, expecting a high of 63 today. News sponsored by Pastor Camp Heating and Air Conditioning at 303-777-1234 to learn more about special savings opportunities on Lennox equipment. Our top story.
It's not an accident. It's a statement. And it's a warning that more is coming. Mm-hmm. And that's what they're saying here. And everybody better, I'm just telling you.
Stephen A. Myth, the Carnival Act, the fraud, plays it both ways, always says nothing, but acts like he's saying something profound. The greatest basketball player to come out of Denver, Chauncey Billups, arrested by the FBI Thursday for working alongside the mafia. Maybe the media. We don't know if he knew that he was working alongside the mafia, as Jeff and Billy were just talking about, but he was the face of fraudulent poker games in Vegas. Fans would come to play poker with Billups, and the mafia would do the rest and rip him off. Billups will find out if he knew what was going on.
Guys, the victims here are rich guys playing illegal poker games.
Yes.
But
that doesn't make it right.
I know it doesn't make it right, but like the FBI, big press conference, the mob's involved, and I'm just like, the victims are rich guys. And we all know exactly the type of guy that went to play these games. Right?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So I'm not like crying tears here going, man, what a terrible crime. The poor grandma that was robbed on a bus. It's
Anyone noticed that when they were doing the announcements, they invented a fake professional team?
I didn't hear that.
Yeah,
what
that?
was it? It was Toronto something. But it's literally a team.
Not the Raptors.
No, it's literally a team that doesn't exist. It's never. It's just. And so I'm certain that they just misspoke.
The Toronto needle injection
Wait a
sites.
minute.
Yeah, I don't remember what it is.
They didn't say the Argonauts, did they?
No, they didn't. And it's,
Okay.
the issue is because I'm like, wait, I don't know that team. And I'm like, what are they betting on? I go, I'm like, that's not even a real team. So I'm
You're really getting ripped off.
I'm certain that it is, I'm certain that it's just they misspoke. But I sat there and I'm like, hang on. Like, wait, hang on here. And then I went through the rest of the stuff. I just thought it was funny. I'm like, wait, oh no, yeah. It was a team that didn't
really
exist.
funny.
Yeah.
I didn't hear that part.
I'll see if I can find it, yeah.
I didn't hear the entire thing. I mean, culturally, we talked about it yesterday, but culturally, I do think it's a big deal because they got to clean up their act. All of these. I mean, gambling has to be outlawed by the teams and the organizations, or else we're gonna, the credibility is shot. Here's more of Stephen A. Myth, though.
It's as serious as it gets. This ain't the platform for me to get into it the way I'm going to get into it. But I've been saying he's coming.
No, you have not. You've been kissing his tail forever.
No,
DJT.
see, Blake, you don't understand, man. He said that back. He started saying it back when he was playing college basketball.
Oh, that's right.
And he was scoring all those points.
Winston-Salem.
That's exactly it, man. When he was draining all those 3-pointers, he would sit there drain a 3-pointer and go, "Sports betting," over and over. Yeah.
Watch out for DJT.
For years
Watch
he's been
out
doing
for
that.
Trump.
Yeah, of
I'm
course.
telling you, he's coming to get us.
Yes.
He's coming. And one of the stupidest things he said in this whole diatribe, he said, "And the WNBA is next."
Yeah. And
What?
Okay, yeah. Again, I'm a proponent for the WNBA, and I sat there and went, "There's no money there. There's no money."
Right. Maybe that would help the league. I got to play the rest of it here.
He's coming because
We coming.
in his eyes, folks try to throw him in jail. In his eyes, he's innocent. They try to put me behind bars. I'm getting.
Yeah, you see what he did right there? In his eyes, DJT says he's innocent, but you over there say that he isn't innocent. But sometimes when I'm over here, I know he's innocent.
And everybody, he's not playing. And so this, in a lot of people's eyes, talk to people in the NBA, talk to people in the NFL, talk to people in the world of sports. They think this is like the tip of the iceberg. These are the kind of words that are coming out of people's mouths. It's not a surprise. It's very disheartening. It's very concerning. We don't know where this is going to go.
Well, you don't know where you're going to go. It depends. I don't know what direction he's going to go today. My good. I mean, it is disheartening because it can ruin the appearance of sports in the United States. There's no doubt about it. Or the Toronto, whatever their names are that are make-believe, as Billy was talking about. So we'll keep an eye on that. Denver community leader, brother Jeff, who you hear with Peter a lot here on KNUS, says that people in the neighborhood where Chauncey grew up are still behind him.
Jeff Farr, the founder of Brother Jeff's Cultural Center, says public opinion and the media could sway people into presuming guilt before innocence.
This is the time to let the system play itself out, and we should wait.
Farr says he hasn't reached out to Billups, but says Chauncey should know Park Hill is ready to stand with him.
Chauncey should be afforded every opportunity to be viewed in light of everything that he's already accomplished, the integrity that he has always shown.
And Farr says this challenge to one of their own will show how tight-knit the Park Hill community in Denver is. I'm Rob Dawson.
The biggest challenge are the players and coaches, former coaches, current coaches, whatever, giving information on games, guys injured, and that is the biggest challenge right now. It's easier to do it
we
in
do
the
have a
NBA.
statement that's coming from the FBI, the NBA. Mm-hmm. Jason in Denver sending this. Wanted to make sure we're aware. Important statement from the NBA. The NBA is very concerned about the multiple arrests made as a result of the FBI sports gambling Use the code multiple arrests for a 30% profit boost on a 3-leg parlay with DraftKings, the official gambling partner of the NBA.
Bingo. That may be your greatest text of all time. Wow. That was beautiful. Amen to that. So true. 47 leaving D.C. today but he's coming. He's coming for a multi-day trip to Asia. The trip includes a high-stakes meeting in South Korea with Chinese President Xi Jinping, and China and the U.S. have been involved in a trade standoff, of course. DJT says he's canceling all trade negotiations with Canada after an ad that used former President Reagan's warnings about the long-term risks of tariffs. 47 said the tariffs are very important to the national security and economy of the U.S., accusing Canada of using the ad to interfere with a pending Supreme Court case regarding Trump's authority to impose sweeping tariffs. The president has a good friend who's going to pay the military during the Schumer Democratic shutdown. Wow.
And any shortfall, if there's a shortfall, I'll contribute it. And today he sent us a check for $130 million.
Wow.
I would love to tell you he doesn't really want the recognition, if you want to know the truth, but he gave us a check for $130 million. And that's going to go to which was sort of a shortfall, yeah. And that's going to go to the military, yeah.
Maybe he wanted on that parlay. Wow, that's
Maybe
amazing.
he was listening to the show.
Yeah,
when we were at
exactly.
IHOP, that's what I said he should do. Is that in order to change the narrative against the Democrats, is he should solicit private donations and float that in the short term as far as
That's
loans.
right.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
And then I told
think he was
you
listening to
there's
the
never
show.
enough.
Yeah. No, but it was because but that was a different part of the conversation. But my
remember you
thrust
said
was
that, though.
that's what he should do.
Yeah.
There we go.
I
Change
do
the
think
narrative.
he listens to the show. It's kind of crazy.
Oh God.
They'll never
Oh,
admit
no.
it, but we talk about things and then the next day they happen. It's kind of crazy.
Yep. Unlike Stephen A. Smith, I believe you, Billy. I do. I remember you did say that.
Yeah.
You predicted it.
I think that is a very strong PR move on his part.
I agree.
He's got if he has enough friends around him that can write checks to float that ballroom, he's got enough friends around him that can write checks that can float this short-term spending gap. And it is a great PR move because it takes away one of the planks in the pain points the Democrats are trying to create. It's very smart, So
No doubt.
Yeah.
I agree. 47 opening Alaska's Arctic National Wildlife Refuge to oil and gas drilling. The 1.5 million acre refuge is believed to hold billions of barrels of oil. That's good. The Warriors beat the Nuggets 137-131 last night, assuming the game wasn't fixed. Aaron Gordon scored 10 threes and 8 rebounds in the loss. Game 1 of the new season.
Gordon, he's been hot all night. Got another one. 10th three-pointer for Gordon. Denver takes the lead.
But they lose it in the end. Hurricanes over the Avs last night, 5-4. World Series begins tonight. First pitch, Dodgers at the Blue Jays, 6 o'clock. The border war, college football tomorrow. CSU with an interim head coach at Wyoming tomorrow in Laramie tomorrow night. See you at Utah, UC Davis at UNC. Broncos 5-2. They play host to the 3-3 Cowboys on Sunday. Quarterback Bo Nix wants a quick start.
That's what we're looking forward to doing. I think everybody on offense has kind of that edge to them, to where we're kind of tired of being close. So I think everybody's working towards making those first few possessions count.
The
44.
NFL's been fixed forever.
What has?
The NFL.
Oh.
I mean, they don't score anything and then the last minute's 30 points.
See that, man, that Broncos-Giants game, that's the one where I'm watching it going, what is going on? We talked about that on Monday. I'm like, total laydown.
Yep.
And what was the line on that one? I don't even know. It was probably, I never look at those, but it was probably like 2 and they win by 3, right?
Yeah,
and they
right.
and they were down 28-6 with 5 minutes to play. What?
All right, you ready? You ready for some a journey down history here? Okay. Here's this is file away as Jeff the prophet wandering in the wilderness, saying how stupid sports gambling was. 2019, don't expand sports gambling in Colorado. That was a tweet I put in 2019.
That was 19.
Yeah, 2021. Using marijuana is stupid. So is sports gambling. I know. I'm a ton of fun at parties. 2021. So
Nice.
look,
Yay,
I mean,
man.
maybe if folks would listen to that dude wandering around out there in the wilderness,
That's right.
dressed like a fake cowboy, they would have a better state.
I got kind of, it's another question. We'll get into this longer as well, is as all the major leagues, especially NFL and NBA, have become closer and closer entwined with professional gambling, are we surprised, or should we expect more of this?
Yes.
And then also, how difficult is it for the brands of something like the NBA or the NFL to shed the idea that the fix is in on some level at some point, especially since the league derives a benefit from the gambling itself? Yeah. And that's the thing.
Right, I know the whole thing. And then this headline 2 days ago. You ready for this one?
Yeah.
NCAA approves change allowing student athletes and staff to bet on pro sports.
That is phenomenally
So
stupid.
you handed a kid that's going to make $18 million a year the ability to now bet on the league that he's just about to join, and then you're expecting him to get that addiction, because that's what these gambling companies want, and then give it up the minute he gets up there? Come on.
Right.
Well, here's the other part is, remember, these are student athletes in college that are not yet 18. They can't vote. They can't serve in the military, can't buy alcohol, can't buy cigarettes, but we're saying it's okay for them to gamble on
I'm
this.
telling you,
that is phenomenally stupid.
What is coming with these young college men, where half of them are engaging in online betting right now, and we all admit that this is an addictive activity.
Yes. Yeah.
Like every little ad has, if you have a gambling problem, here's the phone number.
Because
So-
they have to. They had to throw it in there legally.
Well,
They
that's
said, "We're not gonna let you
because
add
that's
because
because
of
we
it."
forced them to.
I know.
But
I know. Right.
Like
Yeah.
we admit this thing
Yes.
is addictive, and then we're like, "Oh, kids, by the way, go do it." And then every ad, every game you watch, it's just being forced. This is a disaster.
I'm telling you, on my video pre-roll, I am so tired of Kevin Hart and LeBron James telling me to gamble. I'm so sick of it. So sick of it right now. It's
Same
ridiculous.
here.
Yeah.
Same here. Well, when you normalize it, like you're talking about, that's what's happened. We've made it like a little fun thing, and it's not. It'll ruin your life, and they need to kill it some way and make sure that it is not normalized and it's accepted. I agree. All right, let's see. We have 45 in Denver and 43 in Lafayette. I think it's 44 in Littleton. Jeff and Billy continue. Blake Olson, News Talk 710 KNUS.
Clouds will be on the increase today as we have a small low pressure system that's coming off the west coast. It'll move right across Colorado. It won't do much, but it will bring clouds and a few showers possible to the area today through early tonight. Highs mid to upper 60s, lows tonight in the 40s. Might have a few lingering showers Friday morning, then partly cloudy by afternoon. Mild, low to mid 60s. Pleasant, mostly sunny. Highs upper 60s to near 70 Saturday. Increasing clouds Sunday. Trending colder, maybe some showers Sunday night into early Monday. Meteorologist Don Day in the 710 KNUS Weather Center.
Welcome back to the Jeff and Bill Show. Chauncey Billups was the face card in a high-stakes mafia-backed poker scam. Boy, lots to talk about today. The NCAA approving changes, now allowing student athletes and staff to bet on pro sports. Is this a disaster? What do you think? Let's go to the phone lines. Barney, Denver. Good morning, Barney. You're on with Jeff and Bill.
Morning, Jeff. Morning, Bill. Before I talk about gambling, I want to tell you how qualified I am. I know how to play goldfish, and I know how to play 21, and Uno a little bit.
Nice.
I can win at solitaire if I cheat. That's my gambling expertise.
I like that.
But the next time you play Stephen A., yesterday Joan was at your little thing, and she came in laughing after Tony's call, and we always know what Tony's calls are like. So every time Blake makes fun of Stephen A., put Jones from Lakewood's laugh right after it. It would seal the deal. It really would. And I finally figured out who Blake Olson is. Blake Olson is the guy, John Wayne. Remember that line John Wayne used to say, "I'm not going to hit you, mister. The hell I'm not going to." And then he pops the guy. That's Blake Olson. I know it now. But anyway.
Yeah, Blake's the best.
Gamble. I'm with you, Jeff. I don't think Chauncey, maybe it's because he's a homeboy, kind of. I just don't see him, the CU kid and the Nugget. I know this is going to sound really naive. I just think he's too nice of a dude. I think you're right. I think he was the face, and he was, go along, get along. But imagine the money, the guys that were in on the scam. By the way, we do have faith in the FBI now. This all started under Biden. So maybe there are actually FBI agents out there that are credible, reliable, that are decent, hard-working law enforcement. I can't say much about Kash Patel. The more he speaks, the more dumber he sounds, just saying. But I think that, imagine this, you make $5 million a year legitimately. How much were they making off of the illegal betting?
Yeah, I think it was like 50,000 maybe a game, but that was over the entire game. So that would have been divided among 10 guys or something like that.
Yeah, it's just stupid. You're going to do this over that? You really got to wonder. And this, I've never understood the gamble. Like, I understand. Okay, you're going to bet on the team that wins. That's fine. I don't know how you get into this and you think it's going to be credible when you're going to bet that, what's his name is going to go out in the third quarter of the basketball game or the NFL guy. I've never understood it.
Here's how it happens, Barney.
My money.
Here's how it happens. And these are old mob stories that deal with fixing horse races. So we're going back decades when horse racing was king here in America. It's about 20s, 30s, 40s, stuff like that, man. Even before the dog tracks were around. And the rule back then is, in horse racing, you can't fix a horse to win, but you sure as hell can fix a horse to lose. And that's the key. And so, like, the example being that the basketball player Rozier, I believe his name is, one of the examples they had is while he was playing, he had told individuals that are connected to him and friends and family, they say, that he was going to pull himself out of the game early with a supposed injury. 9 minutes into the game, he leaves, and everyone that had bet the under on his performance prop bet made out like a bandit, and then he got a cut of that afterwards. So it wasn't that he was saying, hey, bet on me, I'm going to go out tonight and get 50. The easiest thing for him to do is go, bet that I'm going to underperform what they expect me to do, and then I'm going to fix that. So you always fix the horse to lose. You can't fix the horse to win. That's how it works.
Well, that is absolutely, it makes absolutely perfect sense now, but talk about the game going to lose the credibility, and I do think the NBA probably knew about it. If those sports guys saw I'll call it an algorithm, I don't know what the hell they call it, but they knew right away when something was up by the way the bets were coming in, and they warned the NBA and they said, hey, something's going on, and they blew it off. But I don't know. I think credibility is gone out the door, and we don't need Stephen A. Smith to hack that I've never liked ESPN, and I've never liked that guy. He's always full of crap. But
actually, Barney, I think
even a black or white thing.
That sentence you had about Stephen A. Smith, I think, is about 14 words too long. It's just, we don't need Stephen A. Smith, period. That's it. I mean, he hasn't been necessarily, helpful or relevant in a long time, in my opinion. And I think you're right that the credibility of the NBA is greatly diminished. We already had a ref scandal a number of years ago based on fixing games, and now we've got players involved in fixing games. I'm going to tell a story here in a little bit about a friend of mine and former talk show host here in Denver and former Bronco Reggie Rivers, who has written a book about if the mob could fix the Super Bowl. It is completely and totally fiction, but Reggie is a bibliophile, and he had this idea that could it happen, because he had spent 5 years in the NFL, and he goes at it from a player's perspective. How would the mob fix the Super Bowl? It's a really fascinating book.
Well, Reggie Rivers, very smart guy, not just your typical everyday football player, very smart dude. So there might be some credibility. It really throws it all of these sports, anything with the betting. My money comes too hard to me. I have to work pretty hard to get my money. I'm not gambling it, but this is poison. It's 100% poison for all of them. But anyway,
Barney,
it's interesting. It's going to be funny. What?
Barney, what do you think about all these college students? I mean, we talk about us guys, we're in our mid-40s, 50s, deciding how stupid this is. But some statistics I've seen is that half of college-aged males are engaging in sports gambling. Dude, that's a big problem.
Well, I'll tell you what, not only is it a big problem for the sport, but talk about starting your life out after you get out of college, whether you play or not. Your chances of being on top of your game economically, with that, you're screwing yourself big time.
100%.
If you're going to, because darn well, and these guys, when you hear about, like Dana White, and I know he's a pro, but literally talking about losing $10 million in a night. I think it's gross. I don't get it. I really don't. This is money that you could have bought a farm in Idaho or something. I don't know. I just look at money a whole lot different. And when I don't even drink. I mean, you drink all night and you get done at the end of the night and you've gone away with $400, $500. And it's gone. It's just dissipated, and you got nothing out of it. I don't get it. I've never got the gambling. But these kids, their future is toast. If they don't snap out of this gambling thing, you're toast. Because I may buy a couple of Colorado lottery tickets every now and then. They're talking even about the lottery being rigged by where federal employees win it, and then they dump it back into these programs. I don't know. It's all just a sick little game. Hold on to your money. Spend it on a fishing trip with your grandfather or something. I don't know, but don't gamble it. It's a waste. Love both you guys. And I think you're right. Chauncey Phillips is going to – I just don't think he's a bad guy. And by the way, I kind of like Brother Jeff. I love the way he goes after the politicians.
Yeah.
I think the guy's got a lot of credibility. I really do.
There you go,
So,
Barney,
he's
Denver.
really cool.
You got to love it.
Love you.
Have a good weekend, my friend.
Billy.
Oh, that's good to hear from Barney.
Always great. Barney with the wisdom, especially for you young people out there. Take your grandfather fishing.
Absolutely.
100% better decision than sports gambling. All right, let's talk Gyrie's. Wife and I have been talking about improving the blinds in our home for a while. We bought the cheap ones that you kind of order online. They got the string that you pull, and those strings would always break after like 6 months. We went to Gyrie's in Parker, and let me tell you, it was an absolutely fantastic experience. We sat down with their professional designers, and they showed us an incredible selection of Hunter Douglas custom blinds, shades, and shutters, and they have so many options. I didn't even know. I always thought blinds were just one. No, there's like tons of different blind shades and shutters you can get. I was a little overwhelmed, but my wife loved it because she got to jump in with the designer and ask lots of questions. They walked us through everything, help us find the perfect option to enhance the look and functionality of our home. So whether your curtains are clashing or you just want a fresh look, Gyrie's does have the solution for you. Their designers are the experts. They can help you with everything from window treatments to full room decor. And here's the best part. They offer a personalized in-home consultation. That means they come out to you. They bring samples, paint samples, color samples, blind samples. They even will measure your windows with a laser so they can get the perfect custom fit. Get the same expert advice right in your own home as we did. And do yourself a favor. Get started today by visiting GuyRys.com to schedule your in-home consultation. That's GUIRYS.com. Go see the great people at Guyry's. You'll be sure to thank me. All right, we'll continue. Phone lines starting to fill up. Give us a call at 303-696-1971 or text us on the Dan Caplis Law text line at 720-819-5115. We're talking Chauncey Billups, the face card in a high-stakes mafia-backed poker scam, according to the feds. Wow, has sports gambling ruined the great athletic competitions we have in this country? Give us a call. Love to hear from you. You're listening to The Jeff and Bill Show.
This is Denver's talk leader, News Talk 710, KNUS.
Welcome back to the Jeff and Bill Show. Bill, I'm just a prophet wandering in the Colorado Progressive Wilderness.
You are. Yes. And I love the fact that, because it's on the show. I am the one that every once in a while stumbles into something that might be correct. And you have this long history of, yes, you were wandering in the wilderness. And you're completely right about this. Completely right.
I was yelling about online sports gambling back in 2019 when it was on the ballot going, please don't do this. If you remember, it was tied to water. Yes. We're going to use the taxes to help support water projects. And let me help you here. Politicians are the best scammers because they love to tie tax dollars to education.
Yes.
Water projects. And in this case, Colorado got sports gambling over these water projects.
Like, on a side note, if you're in and around and watching the TV right now, you're going to see proposals to make sure that kids get free school lunches. And all it is about feed the kids. Feed the kids. Don't you want to feed the kids?
Little
yeah.
Orphan Annie.
Oh, and the best thing is that is clever about who did the advertisement. In there, it's all pictures of kids and kid voices. But they don't tell you, the rate of tax increase. They don't tell you where. They don't tell you the duration. There's nothing about there other than, don't you want the kids to have the food? You're a mean person if you don't want them to give them the food. Yeah. I was like, what the hell is this crap?
If there is already a federal program to feed poor kids, you are buying lunch for every kid in the state of Colorado.
The thing is, I'm more amenable to the project than you are. And I still look at this advertisement and go, this is crap. Even me looks at it and goes, this is just such crap.
That's because, Bill, you started a place of, if you're a politician, you're full of crap.
Yes, I do. Yes.
That is, that's Bill's
yes, absolutely, that is.
Central foundation.
Yes, it is, my friend, it is.
Jason in Denver going, well, gambling can be beneficial for college students. He's on fire today, by the way, Jason. It might prevent them from getting drunk at a frat party after visiting a legalized pot shop and spending 3 hours paying girls on OnlyFans.
So it's a better choice. I appreciate that. Okay.
Touche, Jason. All right, let's go to the phones. John Littleton, good morning. John, you're on with Jeff and Bill.
Morning.
Hey, good morning, guys. It's funny you mentioned kids because that.
Uh-oh, John, you're cutting out a little bit there. Repeat that. You were starting with kids, and then we lost you a bit just because of bad cell phone connection. So you said, speaking of kids, and start from there again, please.
Okay. Speaking of kids, my grandson, who's a junior, can you hear me now?
Yeah, that's perfect, man. That's perfect.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Who's a junior in high school, tells me that many, many kids in his school use their dad's account and gamble online. And I was just thinking how that is just so terrible, and that they have no idea the destruction they're about to bring in their future. And I heard just the other day that I don't know if it was a dating account at Tinder, somebody is using facial recognition now to verify people who they are. And I don't know why these online gambling sites don't have something like that you can verify that you're an actual the adult or whatever. So it's tragic.
And they're not going to want to put anything in between them and getting money. I mean, the pornography industry is the same way on this. They won't do adult verification because these are addictive practices. They want lifelong users. And it's no different than tobacco in my mind. And they're not at all concerned about the health and well-being of the people that use their product. They want the money. And Billy and I were talking in between the breaks where you're like, what corporation do you know that's just like potential piles of money? Oh, we'll just let that go by.
Yeah, we won't do that one. And the other thing that's scary, John, as we talk about, and something you bring up perfectly, is I oftentimes talk about, and this goes back to the NFL halftime show, the lifetime value of the customer. That some of the reason that Bad Bunny is doing the NFL halftime show is they're trying to hook the younger generation. Those of us that are 40 plus, we are on the tail end of our value as a lifetime customer simply because we have less years of that type of spending available to us versus someone that is in their 20s. If you can hook someone in their teens or 20s on gambling, you've got a gambler for decades. So it is about lifetime value of the customer. That's why all this sports gambling has to seem so cool. And that's why you're absolutely right that it is scary that your grandson and his friends are this deep into it. That's scary.
It definitely is. sad.
Do you think there's a way out of the wilderness, my friend? Do you think there's any way that either we could get the major league sports franchisees and leagues to separate themselves from the sports gambling, or is there any way that as a society we would say, hey, this is bad and put back in restrictions? Do you think either one of those is possible?
I don't think the leagues will do it. I think the only people that could do it would be legislation.
Oh, crap. We're screwed.
And look, we've done this before. We did it with payday lending. We saw it as a dredge on our society that was targeting people, and we just said no more. So, yeah, John Littleton, great
Thanks, John.
call.
Appreciate
sure
the call,
appreciate
man. I
it.
hope your grandson's going to get better.
I think I know which John that is, and I really appreciate you giving me a call, John.
Nice.
All right,
I don't know that, John.
we've got You Choose the News coming up. Plus, we'll continue to talk about this because we need to give you the details of what Chauncey's actually accused of doing.
Yeah, the mechanisms are crazy. This is going to be fun. This is like some spy versus spy stuff.
Yeah. Or I read the book about the MIT poker, or MIT blackjack team.
Yes, yeah.
That was wild. So this is
Kids,
right up
yep.
there with it. They'll make movies about this. You're listening to The Jeff and Bill Show.
This is Denver's Talk Leader, News Talk 710, KNUS.
Welcome back to the Jeff and Bill Show. We're talking about gambling and sports gambling, all that. Great text message from 5442. The most corrupt corporation that will do anything nefarious to separate you from your money, the government. Yes.
I can't argue with
well
that.
done. And they have guns and jails.
I do. I can't argue with that. That's
Take
really
that
good.
away.
I can't. I got nothing on that one. That's fantastic.
All right, let's do it. Friday edition, loser. You choose the news.
Yeah, speaking of gambling, this time of the morning, Jeff and I gamble with our careers. Yes, it's America's favorite fake radio news game show. You choose the news, but it's Friday. That means loser edition.
Man, you are one pathetic loser.
Loser!
Let's go. Loser! You're a loser!
The Losers Club. Bunch of losers.
You're such a loser. You made me feel like a loser!
She's a loser.
You are such a loser. Loser.
Yes, every Friday we bring those stories that both Jeff and Blake felt weren't worthy of our attention back for a second shot of glory. I've got them in my hand, and we'll see which ones they choose. But remember, this is always a big gambling adventure. The only reason we chose to do this and waste valuable KNUS airtime at 6:52 in the morning is because those in charge do not awaken until 7 a.m. When left unsupervised, just ask our parents what happens. Just saying. That's not for today, though. However, Blake Olson is in the news department. Gentlemen, here are our returning choices. Headline number 1, you're taking too long. Headline number 2, deuces. Headline number 3, connection issue. And headline number 4, play date. Mr. Hunt.
Start with the play date, please.
Yeah, play date. This was kind of cool. We're talking about the Sequoia Park Zoo. Recently, they discovered an unexpected visitor. Yes, someone was having playtime with the zoo's 3 captive bears. A wild black bear was spotted by zoo staff during morning inspection of the facility, who had broken into the zoo but not into the enclosure and was visiting friends. Yes, a black bear broke into the zoo, went over to the bear enclosure, was outside the enclosure, and was pawing and communicating back and forth with the bears in the enclosure.
And it had to do with the opposite sex. I can guarantee you.
It could be. It was either
this
that or
was
picnic
probably
baskets,
a
one or the
boy.
other.
I bet you this was a boy because we have goats. We find this hilarious. We have to separate. So much of being a rancher is separating animals based upon their sex.
Oh, that's great.
Because you'll have too many then. But you let the girl goats out, and they'll just go and graze. Okay.
Yeah.
You let the boy goats out, they'll go and just stand right next to the girl goats. They will do whatever they can to get over and
So in
find
other words,
the girls.
it's just like middle school.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, good. Yeah. So he wandered around. He said non-aggressive, anything else. They don't know how he got in there. But yeah, and they got some video and pictures online. He's just like, hi,
He
I found some friends.
sniffed out the ladies. He was looking for them.
He's like, hey,
They're
ladies.
such simple creatures.
Yes, they are. Okay, now, John, Blake, your choice, sir. You're taking too long, deuces, or connection issue?
Deuces.
Deuces, yes. You've heard about those smart litter boxes that monitor your pet habitats and health and stuff like that. Looking at whether or not your little kitty cat is actually healthy. Well, hang on. Why are your cats only enjoying this level of medical health?
Yeah.
Here comes Kohler. Yes, you know the brand that makes the toilets? Well, they have got a very, very special additive that you can put on your toilet, and it's going to watch you poop. Yeah, it's not just for Germany. Basically, it's for $600. It clamps over the rim on your like a toilet bowl cleaner and points an optical sensor at, well, you know where. Then it analyzes the images to detect anything that might be going wrong, blood, anything else. It'll analyze your gut health, hydration status. However, there is a subscription fee. So if you don't plop down like the $150 per year, you don't find out about your poop.
Of course.
Yes.
Of course, we would be the same society that gets angry about flock cameras tracking us.
Yes.
But then we'll pay a company to look at our bottom.
Yes, exactly. And a subscription service at that to a private company.
Exactly.
Yes. And again, if you sign up for this, just remember, you're going to be super popular in Germany. Just saying. It's one of those things. All right. Now, Jeff, you're taking too long or connection issues?
You are taking way too long.
Yes, you're taking way too long with this. Kearney, New Jersey is where we find ourselves with this one. 25-year-old Amber Thompson was shopping at Marshall's in Kearney. She's trying to check out. Oh, she got mad. Woman in front of her. You know how it is. Can't find the card. Can't get the number right. Oh, you're taking too long. That's when Amber turns to the person in front of her and goes, I'm going to hurt you. This is ridiculous. You are pissing me off here. Well, Amber followed through on her threat. She went out into the parking lot and took out the brand new set of knives that she bought and went stabby, stabby, stabby several times. Stabbed the other shopper. Again, after they were out of the store and left the victim with life-threatening injuries. Yeah. I want to know, did she purchase knives before, or was it after she got mad? I'm just curious about that timeline piece of this entire thing. But that is scary. Yeah. Alrighty, that's the end of You Choose the News. Back to you, sir.
Well done, Mr. Thorpe.
I have my moments.
We'll continue the Chauncey Billups scandal. High-stakes, mafia-backed poker scam. What? We got to get to the details. You're listening to Jeff and Bill.
KNUS.